Empty bottles of red wine laying on the floor from last night. We got a little drunk, yeah. Now I'm a little numb. Spending hours by your bedside, talking till it's dark out somehow. Can get you off my.
Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Snack Calca Talk. And I am your host, Lacey. Today is Relationship Saturday. And I was hoping I could get some volunteers. I was hoping. Um, let's see. I haven't been on my feed, but I was hopeful that I could get a couple of volunteers, couples preferably. So I will give you guys some time to kind of jump on board here. Um, but in the meantime, today was my first day back at work at the jail, and I'll just have a little small talk real quick. And I'm kind of a little bit exerted. They wore me out up there. I was tired. Um, and when I got off from work, I got ready and then I came here. Um, but I was hoping to have Monica here because even though I can hold down the show on my own, it's much more funner to be able to interact with someone that you're used to having beside you to interact with. But I was unable to reach out to her today. It could have been short notice on my end because I did have to work today. And then I went home, got dressed, and then came here. But today I want to play a little couples game if I can get some people to kind of participate. And even if it's not a couple, maybe just anybody in general can participate in the game and can kind of tell me what they think about their partners about when it comes to this game, who's most likely to. Um, but I also wanted to um, let you guys know that I had came across my cards. I told y'all about these cards a while ago, just to kind of have a little small talk. I came across these cards a while ago. Um, hmm, I can't remember exactly when, but I know we was talking about going to open minds and um, purchase some game cards that I never opened. Well, these are the cards. These cards are almost 20 years old. I've had these cards a long time and I never opened them. And so, like I said, I was hoping Monica would have been here. That way we could have went over these cards together. But I don't know. I still kind of might, but I don't want these cards to cross over with the tonight's conversation cards, which I think these cards are going to be better than the tonight's conversation cards because, according to Monica, their cards are misspelled. But also, it kind of reminds me, it looks like it's almost like Uno. It's how it's kind of looking. It kind of looks like Uno. I don't know what you guys think of these cards, but it kind of looks like Uno. And it's called A Little Loving the Adult Game. So, like I said, I bought these cards when I first, I think it was at my second visit to Open Minds. We got these cards, and then I never opened the cards. The cards are They're still in the plastic. They're still in the plastic. I never used the cards. So I'm kind of curious, but they kind of remind me of like maybe they came from the same company that makes Uno. I don't know. They're kind of giving me Uno vibes. And if that's the case, then this game could be fun for relationships or whatever. My opinion. But as I said, like I was curious is all. But yeah. Um okay, here's a little card that fell out the box. Let's see what it says. Fun to play romance your day. Adult couple game. 2 adult players. 1 deck, 54. A little loving cards. And 50 loving list cards. And 1 rule sheet. And it just basically just kind of, it has the instructions on, I guess, how you can kind of set up the game so that you and your partner can play it or whatever. So I might try to see what these cards are about or whatever. I don't think these are like the tonight's conversation cards. I think Monica said that tonight conversation cards were like question and answer games. These came from a sex store, so ain't no telling what they got in these cards. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to read just this little old bitty wording that's right here, just to kind of give y'all an example what might be on these cards. So this says that strip down to your underwear. Nibble on the other player's ear. Strip from the waist up. Describe the hottest sex you've ever had. Mm. Okay. What what happens if you're describing the hottest sex and then you realize it ain't with your partner? Don't y'all mind me? I'm being messy. Okay, what's going on with these cards? Okay, so these cards got a rubber band on them. I don't know if this is how they come, but the box was never open. But they have a rubber band on them. So it's weird. Hmm. Oh, and that's exactly what the very first card says: to strip down to your underwear and nibble on the other player's ear and strip from the waist up and describe the hottest sex you've ever had. So yeah, that is what the first card says. And this is a loving list. And it's 50 of these cards. So I'm a little curious. Do you shuffle this into the deck with these cards and you go from there? I'm curious how to play this game. Now, if y'all want me to kind of shuffle through this deck and see how this game falls out, let me know, because I'm curious myself. Okay. So, and no, I'm not gonna enact what it tells me to do. But I don't mind playing the game to where that I can shuffle the cards and pick a card and then see what it's asking me to do if I was going to actually act out the actions of the cards. Then it would be fun to kind of see how these are. So if y'all want me to do that, just let me know, because I sure will. I sure will. But today's game that I'm interested in is the who most likely to. That's the game that I want to play today. And if I got some volunteers, because that's what I'm looking for, anybody that kind of want to answer these questions. And it's nothing embarrassing, it's nothing hard or anything of the sort. In my opinion, I think it can be kind of fun, you know, to see you might it's kind of like a how well do you know your partner kind of thing, you know. Uh is what I was is what I was thinking. Anyway, but other than that, I'm gonna push that little topic to the side, and there was something that I did want to talk about, and knowing me, I probably did not even write it down, and I didn't. Okay, y'all. Every time I come on here on my hot mess, so just know that I don't do it on purpose. I really have. If I had a lot of interesting things going on in my life, I really wouldn't mind doing a day in the life of what I go through to see how busy my life is. But I ain't got nothing going on. I just be busy. Um, okay, well, I guess I can kind of talk about the everybody cheats. How many chances should they get? Now, I don't know what some people define as cheating. Everybody is different. Everybody's mindset, everybody's thoughts are different. So I'm just gonna touch base on this topic just to kind of let a little time go by. But in my opinion, I do kind of feel like not so much as necessarily physical, but just in general, I do kind of feel like everybody do cheat at least once in their life. At least once in their life. In in my opinion, okay, I am not a professional. This is for entertainment purposes only. In my opinion, um, the everybody cheese thing, it can go as far as like it doesn't have to always be physical, you know. But say you everybody I know women that I know I use the term. If you notice a guy and he's very handsome, well put together or whatever, and you're a taken woman, I'm not going to say you're married, but you are taken, which means you are unavailable at the moment. So, whether you're dating, in a committed relationship, married, whatever, you're taken. Then, if you notice the guy, he's well put together and he's handsome, and you notice him, then I know I have done that. Then I always say, like, even my husband has caught me has caught me checking out someone. And he's like, "You really looking at that dude over there?" And I'm like, "What? I'm married, not blind." you know. Then some people would consider that cheating because you're ogling you're ogling someone, and as the Bible terms it, is lusting after someone. So yes, in a way that can be deemed as cheating, depending on who your spouse, partner, whatever y'all are, depending upon who they are, their mindset, what they think. A jealous partner is definitely going to consider that cheating. They ain't going to want you acknowledging no one, a dog, a cat, a bird. They ain't going to want you taking your eyes off of them, point blank, period. So I guess that's why I say like everybody cheats, at least once in their life. And so with that, I was like, hmm, do you consider it cheating? Me myself, like I said, I don't, but it can be deemed as cheating, you know, depending upon my partner understands it. Once I put it like, I'm married to you, I ain't blind. Like I can acknowledge the attractiveness of someone without going after them in an attractive way. And then he was like, "Oh, okay. As long as that's it, as long as that's it." Then he understood and he was pretty good, and even when females would flirt, and I'm like, "Oh, she flirting." He like, "Who?" "Oh, I ain't paying attention to her. I ain't noticed." And I'm like, "Well, at least she cute." And he like, "I ain't looking at her." But I'll be like, "Okay, so you blind now? You married and you can't see?" I'm not a jealous person, but I guess a jealous wife or a jealous girlfriend would definitely feel like you're cheating. She'll feel like you're lusting after that person. So, but to each his own. But on this game, though, I really don't have nobody that want to play this game because I think it'd be kind of fun on playing. I think I really wish Monica would have answered her phone. I was trying to see if she was gonna make it in today, but I guess not. You know, obviously, I guess not to play. Who's most likely to? But since nobody wants to play, I'll play the game by myself. Okay. So, okay. I thought that was Monica. That's not Monica on my phone. I thought that was her. Okay, so let's see about this who's most likely to, okay, y'all. So, the first question is who is most likely to wake up first? Like who is the early bird of the relationship, of the marriage, of the commitment, whatever you want to call it. Who is the early bird? Uh if it's an off day for me, then I'm probably the early bird. But if I have to work, then no. I'm not the early bird. And Mr. Wilson, he only is getting up because he has to. Neither one of us get up at the crack of dawn. Okay, but on my off day, I will get up before him because I'm the one that's more than likely to kind of get the stirring around and getting into stuff. So that is the first question: is who is most likely to get up early, get up first in the morning? Okay, the next question: who is most likely to cook breakfast for their spouse? Who would be the first one to do that? Who would be the first one to want to do that? Now, in our relationship, it would be me. I have to ask Mr. Wilson sometimes. Sometimes I have to ask him if he's going to make breakfast. Especially if I know I've been going in there repeatedly making breakfast and I want breakfast, but this time I don't want to be the one to make it. Then I'll ask him if he can make breakfast, and he'll go off in there and he'll make breakfast. He's not. He can sit up and like, Miss Lacey, now I got some things to do. And I'm like, okay, well, don't worry about it. I'll go make my own breakfast. I'm finna go in there and make you some breakfast. Why are you acting like I'm not gonna make your breakfast? Get back up there in that bed. And of course, I would do as I'm told and get back in the bed and wait for my breakfast. So, but more than likely though, I am the one that's most likely to get up and make the breakfast. Um, who is most likely to do the driving in the relationship? Uh, I I'm gonna put my finger up on that one too. Ever since I learned how to drive, and I must have been between 19 and 20 when I learned, I've pretty much been doing all the driving. Now, of course, when I first got started out, then yes, he did all the driving because I was, even though I drive where I needed to go, I was still kind of a little scared, but I understood that I needed to get from A to B and I didn't want to use Pat and Tom to do it. So I just drove with care. But as once he taught me how to drive on the highway without crying, then yeah, I pretty much do all the driving because he'll fall asleep. So I mainly do most of the driving. Um, let's see. Who's most likely to be the romantic partner? I think I am more romantic than he is. And that's only because I was introduced to romance more than he was. And then once I got with him, I softened him up, and now he can be romantic in a funny way, but in his way, it's romantic, and I get the gist. I understand what he's doing. But I am the one that's the romance person. Um, who's most likely to um I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, who's most likely to like when road rage? That's definitely him. He road rages more than I do. He's probably worse than me, but I'm I guess I react faster, but he's a bigger road rager than I am. We're both bad, but I think he got me beat. I think he got me beat a little bit. Um, who's the better cook? Who's most likely to cook the best meals? It used to be me. It used to be me. Um, my husband was he sat back for a good 15 years and didn't cook. I was doing all the cooking. He was getting old. And then when I got sick and I was sick, he went in there and he cooked. He came in there and he asked me, "Hey, babe, what do I do? How do I cook this? How do I prepare? How do I this? How do I that?" And then once I told him, I think the first time he did it, um, he almost burnt it. Almost burnt it. I think he was baking either some chicken thighs or either some pork, some thin chops or something like that. He was baking it, and he almost burnt it because he cooked all the meat out of it. All, I mean, all the water. I'm sorry, he cooked all the water out of the food. And for those of you that don't know me, I lost a lot of my teeth in my teen years. So this cute little smile that I have is not mine. It's mine because I paid for it. But these are not my teeth, okay? But they do look natural and everything like that. But I lost a lot of my teeth during my teen years. And in my early 20s, I probably lost uh, about 12 to 15 teeth due to a health condition I developed when I was young. having my kids, and that's a different story. But I just lost all my calcium basically. And it started when I was 16. So, no, this beautiful smile that you see, these are not my teeth. Um, but the teeth, when my teeth was going through that fragile stage of breaking, they wasn't chipping, they were breaking. Um, there was a lot I couldn't eat. So my food had to be cooked a specific way in order for me to be able to eat it, or else there was a lot of food that I just avoided. I avoided steaks. I still don't eat steaks. Um, I avoided pork chops. I avoided beef tips. Um, I avoided some fried chicken. It just depends upon how it was cooked. Like wing stops and stuff like that. I pretty much avoided eating that kind of chicken because I couldn't chew it. Um, so he went in there and he bought all. He forgot about it, but he bought all the water out of the food and he almost burnt it. But because he did that, the meat was able to soak in all of the flavor. Plus, he uses more flavor so than I do. He seasons his food better than I do because I'm a bland. I'm supposed to be on a bland diet. It's not happening, but I have minimized a lot of my seasonings to where I pretty much don't hardly put seasoning on my food because for one of the salt allergy. And yes, I can eat salt. It's not a danger to my life, but I swell up while I'm eating that salt. So I try not to eat added salt and I try to minimize my seasonings. So now he's a better baker. I will say that. He bakes his meats better than I do because I don't put seasonings in my meat and he does. So his meat tastes better. Um so on that standpoint, yeah, he wins. He wins on the bacon. So now whenever I want meat cooked in the oven, I just go to him. But I'm a better barbecuer. I barbecue my meats better than him because I'm more attentive and he's not. He just lets it cook and then he'll just go out there when he think it's done. And me, I'm when I cook, I have to just be right there. Uh, who's most likely to um, groom your yard? It used to be him, and then it became me. And I only do that because of exercise. I'll put my sweatsuits on and I'll go out there and I'll groom my yard, you know. But now I can't do that as much as I used to. So he just has someone to come and do it for me. Um, who's most likely to maybe let love first? Um, I think he loved first. Even though I was a sweetheart, I really was. I wasn't an easy person to just love someone. It took some time for me to love someone. Uh no trust issues or nothing like that. It's just that I wanted to know that there was gonna be some longevity. Like I could date you, like I had my 90-day rule. And during that 90-day rule, I'm not walking around there talking about I love you. Because I didn't want to get my feelings involved, So I think I was more guarded. He was guarded, but I think we were different, you know. Um what else? Um On a who's most likely to. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Well, there's actually a lot of who's more likely to's that I could use, but there, I think I'll probably win the majority of them. I think I'll probably win the majority of them. Um, that's why I really wanted to find someone that didn't mind, like a couple, because you get those couples to where that the men will love harder than the women, you know, or they'll be most likely to go in there and get up and fix breakfast. You know what I mean? Um, they'll be most likely to do all the manly duties and cater to the woman, you know, because not all women know how to cook. Not all women know how to clean. You know what I'm saying? It's not to say they're not wife material. They just they just don't they either they wasn't forced to do it growing up, or they just chose not to, and they got with somebody that catered to them, and that's just what it do. But what else? Oh no, who's most likely to? Well, I can't. I can't think of none right now. I'm still kind of. I still kind of got my mind stuck on these cards though. I'm curious about these cards and what they do. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and open these cards and shuffle these cards. A little loving the adult game. So I think I'm gonna shuffle these cards real quick because I'm curious. Aren't y'all curious? I know I'm curious to see what these cards do. Now let's see. Okay, shuffle both decks of cards. Set the loving card. The loving list cards where they can be used for a draw pile. Oh, so you don't mix them up. Okay, so here goes nothing, y'all. I'm opening the deck of cards. Okay. Now I'm not understanding why one deck of cards was still in the wrapper, and then why another deck of cards has like a really thick yellow band around it, and the box had it wasn't open. Um, so let's see. I'm curious. So I'm gonna shuffle these cards and see what it do. Okay. Because I'm curious to see exactly how you play this game. Okay, that's the loving list, and then this is a little loving. I kind of, like I said, it's giving me Uno vibes, doesn't it? Doesn't it kind of look like Uno cards or whatever? But I'm gonna shuffle this deck, and then I'm gonna read this instruction manual to see how this game is played. Okay. Okay. How did that cards manage to stay at the bottom? Let's see. Let's see, can we get it switched up this time? Nope. One more. Okay. Different card? Yes, different card. Okay, so I want to see what this game do. So, like I said, here's the instructions. A little loving. Okay, I've already shuffled the cards. Okay, the dealer deals a total of 6 cards to each player by alternating dealing 3 cards first to the other player, and then 3 to him or herself, and then 3 to the other player, and then 3 to him or herself. Once the 6 cards are dealt, the top card on the deck is turned up to indicate the trump color: red, green, blue, or yellow. So, like I said, it's kind of giving me um Uno vibes. So here we go. Okay, so it tells you to put 3 cards to the other player, and then put 3 cards to yourself, and then put 3 cards to the other player, and then 3 cards to yourself. Okay, so I have 6 cards. I don't have a computer over here, but I put 6 cards over there. And then the top card is the trump card. And what we have is a blue 2. Okay. So it's kind of giving me Uno vibes. Okay, so it says negotiating to get a little loving. As all couples must do in their relationships, it's time to negotiate and compromise. If the non dealing player is happy with the trump card, they say, let's do it. And the play begins. If they would prefer a different trump color, probably making it easier for them to score points, they say, I need a little loving. The dealer then has the option of changing the trumps, either to make their partner happy or because it may be better for them too. Okay, so that means I need to look at my 6 cards. Oh goodness. And here go my 6 cards right here. Okay. And if you see, I got 1 blue and the rest are yellow and then 1 red. Okay. And if you remember, our trump card is blue. And let's look at the other cards. Okay. And they basically have a decent hand. Okay. They got 3 trump cards, 2 green cards. So whoever has this hand right here, they more than likely is not gonna, they're gonna say, let's do it. Okay, because this benefits them. But if the shoe was on the other foot, if I was the non-dealer and this was my hand as a non-dealer, then I would tell them to put down another trump card. Okay, that's basically what I would do. And being that neither one of those cards benefit me really, he said that my computer over here basically saying, let's do it. So we would play off of this blue starter trump card. Okay. Now, let's see. Now, if the dealer decides to, okay, the dealer has the option to change trumps, either to make their partner happy or because it benefits them too. It says, but if the dealer decides to keep the trump color as turned, he or she says, not tonight, honey. Okay. But of course, they said, let's do it. So ain't pretty much nothing I can do about that. If the dealer agrees to change the trump color, he or she puts the card that was turned up to the side and then deals 3 more, all cards to each player. Flip the top card of the deck for a new trump color. If it is not a new trump color, the procedure is repeated until it does produce a new trump color. So that's doing too much. So we not even gonna do that. Just FYI. So, but we're gonna play off of this blue card. Okay, so getting it on. The non-dealer plays the first card. So if you remember, this is what the non-dealer has. So I'm just going to take this card right here. And I'm going to put this card down. Okay. And the other player must follow suit. I only got 1 color. Let me see. Can I change that? I can't. So I'm going to play my card. My 1 blue. The hand is won by the highest number of trump color. Now, Mm. So the non-dealer already pretty much got that because look at that. 13 to my 3, you know. So what constitutes that makes us have to draw for this other thing? It says the hand is won by the highest number trump color card played or by the highest number of the color that was led if no trumps are present. Scoring to score. Once the hand is finished, points are only scored for every trump card the player has won. Okay, well, for this blue, they win the trump card on that because that's the only one that I got. And they get to double back and come behind me and they get to play this 11. Okay, now I get to come behind them and I don't have a blue. Okay, I don't have a blue, but I do have an 11. So, like I said, it's giving me Uno vibes because I get to change the color. And then I go back over here and they have to decide if they're going to change the color or keep it the same color. Okay, it benefits them if they change the color because at least they have one more green. They only got one yellow, but they can change the color to green. So we're just going to do that just for the sake of just seeing how this turns out. Now this is my hand. Now I'm in trouble because I can't go. So I'm going to pull from the deck. I got a 10. They got a 10. And they got a 4. And look at there, they even got a wild card. Uno vibes, maybe? Uno vibes? You know? When it comes to these cards, I put down, we both put down the yellow, so nobody won that hand. And then he came behind me with this, and I came behind him with that, so he won the green. So that's 2 right there. So, looks like I'm losing or whatever. It said the game is 50 points. Once one of the couples has accumulated the 50 points, they may draw a loving list card. So he hasn't accumulated 50 points, but damn near he almost at 30. So we just gonna speed it up and say that he made it to 50. Okay. We just gonna say he did that. And we're gonna pull our first loving list card right here. Our first loving list card. Okay. And it says, describe how you would have sex with your fantasy lover. Go face to face, gazing into each other's eyes, and softly caress each other's naked bodies. Lay down on a plastic sheet, both people oiled up, and rub and slide around on each other's fully naked bodies. Kiss and caress only your lover's butt. Let me just say something. Let me just say something. We all know that this probably gonna be the first, middle, and last card that gets drawn. And it ain't gonna be no more game playing after that. In my opinion. It ain't gonna be no more games after this enticing thing right here. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It ain't gonna be nothing else going on. So I'm gonna draw another card. I wanna see what another card has to say. Okay. I'm just kind of speeding this up. Okay. It says, tell your partner your hottest sexual fantasy. Describe the first person of the opposite sex you saw naked. Now, wait a minute. Are we trying to get laid or no? Because, quite frankly, my husband is older than I am. He's not that much older than me, but he is older than I am. And he was already sexually active when I met him. As I was already sexually active when I met him. I don't think any one of us want to hear the description of the first person's sex partner. We trying to get laid. I ain't gonna want to hear about her, and he ain't gonna want to hear about my ex partner. So I'm just saying. It says describe the first person of the opposite sex that you saw naked. Tell your partner about your favorite porn star or sexy actor. Go to the shower right now and soap each other down. I guess the game can be fun. It's got like 4 tasks on each card, you know? I don't even know why we got to go through this. Just listen. You don't even need these. This just prolongs the foreplay. These prolong getting laid. They prolong it. We trying to get laid. So let's not prolong this. Let's just let's just pull from the loving list and see how we gonna have sex today. That, in my opinion, would be more fun than playing Uno. In my opinion. This is Uno over here. We're gonna put Uno down. Ain't nothing sexy about Uno unless you're stripping. And that's a drawn out game. Whereas in this right here can kind of change how you have sex with your partner. Make it a little interesting. So I'm going to read this third card. Okay, this will be my last card that I read. But I don't know if they still sell these cards. But I got a whole stack here. So just imagine how interesting sex can be by doing these cards. At least one card every time you have sex. Just just have your deck set out. Just have your deck set out somewhere in a little card box. And then when you get ready to set it off, you go tell your partner, let's see what we doing tonight. And go pull your card. And then you sit there, you read to your partner the 4 things that you're going to do tonight to set off the sex scene. We're not going to go through and pull a whole bunch of different cards. We just want to see how we're going to set it off. Okay? Now, let's see. The first one says demonstrate on your partner your best oral sex technique. Player's choice. Have your partner do something sexy to you. Demonstrate how a girl jills off, quote unquote, masturbates. Since when do they use the word jills? I didn't know what they were talking about. And then it says, kiss your partner anywhere on their body they wish to be kissed. Listen, there's some freaky people out here. And if your request is out of this world, out of this universe, trust is not happening. It's not happening, Captain. But I done gave y'all a verbal. Okay, I done gave y'all a verbal of three ideas that y'all can use. Okay, to kind of help set it off on y'all adventure on how y'all gonna spice it up. So some of it is like, okay, I don't mind trying that, and then some of it's like, who's most likely to want to participate in this game? I'm gonna say Mr. Wilson is, even though I'm curious about some of the acts. I think he's more likely to, like, if he was to read these cards, I think he would be, and I didn't know about these cards. I think he would be more likely to be like, hey babe, uh, if I read you a card, can we try it tonight? Mm, I don't know. It's to do something different, to spice up our relationship. I guess so. It just depends on what it say. And then he reads the cards. He's probably gonna want to participate in some of these. I'm not gonna be kissing his butt, and I'm sure he's not gonna want me to kiss his butt. And I know he ain't gonna want to hear about who else I done seen naked. Just like I don't want to hear about who he's seen naked. I don't know. Maybe y'all can kind of tweak that one or something. But if y'all thinking about it, for whoever just jumped on this feed, today is Relationship Saturday. And it's who's most likely to, was the question, in your relationship or your commitment or your marriage or whatever you have. Who's most likely to do something and why? And I gave like a small list of things, but y'all can kind of figure some of that stuff out on your own. And then these loving list cards that you play with, a little loving. Uno, and I'm calling these Uno cards because they are giving me Uno vibes. I saw a wild in here. Let's see. If I see a skip you or something, then they definitely gonna be some Uno cards. And they can get mad if they want to, but I'm gonna be like, nah, y'all giving me Uno vibes. Like, yeah, all I'm seeing is basically different color wows. So, but I'm still, like I said, I'm still getting Uno vibes because I know other cards got wows in their cards. Not like that. That kind of reminds me, and they red and black too. It kind of reminds me of Uno. And not to say that using these cards would not be fun. I just think that if you're using those cards to get laid, then put these cards down and just go with these cards. My opinion. My opinion. Well, I want to thank everybody that tuned in today. I've got a lot I got to go take care of. Homework being one of them, sleep being the other, and then playing with my grandbabies before they hit the road. So I want to thank y'all for coming on the show. Like I said, if y'all thought about this topic, hey, tell me what y'all think. If you don't like it, please don't just give me the thumbs across my page. Go ahead and take a second out of your day and tell me what it is that you don't like, and I might be thinking about how I can make it better. Other than that, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and also uh, follow me right here on my Facebook. I'm on Instagram and I'm on TikTok, but not really. But I am on there if you are on those platforms as well. And I will be back on here on Hot Topic Tuesday. Okay. And I got a lot to talk about on Hot Topic Tuesday. So I hope to see all of y'all there. But if not, I will be happy with just one of you. I will still be thankful. Other than that, I will be back after that on Freestyle Thursday. So if you miss me today and you miss me on Hot Topic Tuesday, y'all can tune in on Freestyle Thursday, okay? And chime in because anything goes. We talk about any and everything that you guys want to talk about and hear about, okay? Other than that, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go. I got a lot of things I got to go take care of. And I thank you, thank you, thank you for your support as always. See you guys next time and have fun like I have fun. Bye.